So moving averages are one of the most useful trading indicators. Let's find out more about the EMA and the SMA on a live trading chart. Hey guys, it's John at Real John Doe with Currency.com. We're back with another video. In this video, we're gonna have a look at the exponential moving average and also the simple moving average and how to trade using them. So as always, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and it helps the team know what content you guys would like to see. So moving averages are commonly used for showing traders the direction of a market's trend. There are a lot of different moving averages. In this video, we'll be looking at the SMA, which is the simple moving average, and the EMA, which is the exponential moving average. So what exactly is a moving average? A moving average is a trend indicator that helps identify if a market is going up or down by calculating an average price from a set period of time. So the time frames commonly used are the 200, the 100, the 50, and the 20-day moving average. Or you can use your own period based on whatever time frame you're trading. Let me show you a quick example on that. Example of a 5-day simple moving average. We got day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Let's say on day 1, the instrument closed at $2. Day 2, it closed at $2.45. Day 3, $2.80. Day 4, $3.20. And day 5 at $3.50. So to get the simple moving average for this, you would need to add all these numbers, which would give you $13.95 for the total of 5 days. Divide those days or periods by the amount that you added. So there's 5 of them. So it would be $13.95, which was the total of all of these, divided by 5. And that gave us $2.79. So $2.79 would then be your moving average, your 5-day moving average for this stock or instrument that that closed in these prices. So $2.79 would then be that if you longed here at $2 and the stock is now $3.50, but you still want to ride out the trend, you place your stop loss below the moving average of $2.79. That way, if the price were to go test that moving average and bounce off it and continue upwards, you would still be in the trade. Or if the trend is going to reverse, it would go down to that moving average, which would then be a support. And if that is your stop loss and it breaks, then you get out of the trade and you're still in profit. And not all moving averages work like this. This is a simple moving average. Things like the EMA or the weighted moving average, what they do is they use a price on one of the most recent dates, let's say day 4 or 5, and give more weight on those towards what your moving average would then be. Here's what the EMA, exponential moving average, looks like on a trading chart. Right now we're looking at the 200 period here for Facebook, and you can see that anytime the price is above the EMA, the trend is upwards, and anytime the price goes below the EMA, the trend is downwards. So let's go over some info here on Currency.com, and then we'll jump back in the chart and I'll show you some examples. So as I mentioned earlier about the EMA calculates the average price by giving more weight to the most recent periods when it's coming up with the average price. Therefore, it gives more importance to the most recent trading behaviors. This makes the EMA react faster to changes in price to whatever instrument you're trading. And the most common periods for this EMA also are the 50, the 100, the 200 for long term, and for short term, it's the 12 and the 26. But keep in mind, not one size fits all for every instrument. So you have to adjust as you go, but those are the pretty standard levels. Look at this example here. The EMA sits closer to the price than the SMA. And the EMA is more sensitive to moves, as the SMA has way more lag in it. The EMA is more sensitive to price movement, but the SMA is more smoothed out. The EMA is also the preferred moving average for day traders who can go in and out of position quick. And you can use it as a standalone indicator, or you can use something like the RSI or the MACD, and have a complete trading system for an entry and an exit to go with it. If you like, you can use 2 different periods for a moving average. So you can use the EMA on a 20 period and another one on a 50 period and make them work together. Kind of similar to how the Williams alligator works, which I'll cover later on in another video. The EMA can also be used to identify support and resistance levels. If it touches the line from below it, it will show that the EMA is a potential resistance. And if it touches from above, then it shows that the EMA is a potential support level. Now that we know a little bit of the basics of the EMA, let's have a look here at Facebook again using the EMA, and I'll pull up the MACD also. And we'll see how our entries would have been using this trade strategy. So we're here on July 30th, 2018. Facebook was in a nice, decent uptrend above the 200 moving average. Big price gap down, and the price went below the 200 moving average. And also the MACD is below zero. So what do you think is going to happen in the next few days, going based on what happens when the price goes below the 200 moving average? Since the price is below the 200 moving average, that means the price is trending downwards. So let's fast forward a little bit and see what happened. So if you look now, since that price gap down below the 200 moving average, we had an attempt to break out, which got rejected. Then we started making lower highs and lower lows, and the price then started trending downwards. This here is a really good example of the EMA because it starts here January 2016. The price gaps up above the 200 moving average, trends upwards for about 422 days above that 200 moving average, breaks down below it, but again breaks out above it and keeps trending upwards, breaks down below it, trending downwards, gaps above it, trending upwards. I'm going to add the SMA also here. And we can see how they work together. The EMA and the SMA, they work very similar, and you would trade them just about the same. The SMA uses an equal weight across a time period that you're using. Got the SMA and the EMA here on the S&P 500 chart. So there's three main trading strategies when using moving averages, and those are, number one is to buy when the market is above the moving average, or to sell when the market is below its moving average. So for the S&P 500 here on April 6th, it's above both moving averages. If you were using two, that would be a buy signal, and you can use a momentum indicator such as an RSI or MACD to see if that is a good entry point. Even here, it came down to monthly support that got rejected, and the price went above the moving average again. So that's also still a buy signal. Number two, buy when the moving average is going up, sell when the moving average is going down. Let's go back a little bit here. The moving average started going down. So if you were to sell here, you can see the trend was a downtrend right until about here on March 24th, where the price started opening new candles above the faster moving average. So that there would have been an exit signal. And the number three trading strategy you can use when trading with moving averages is the bullish and the bearish crossovers. With oil here on the 4-hour chart, looking at the 200 and the 20-day moving average, we had a bearish crossover here around January 13th on the beginning of the year, and the price went down about 58% to that bullish crossover we had on March 14th roughly. Since then, the price has been up about 30%. As you can see, trading the crossovers can be profitable with a good trading strategy and risk management. Once you understand the price movement of the instrument you're trading and combine it with another indicator like the MACD or RSI, then really good things can happen if you're trading moving averages. I'll demonstrate this gap fill if it happens with moving averages, and I can show you kind of how to use that moving average as a stop loss if we do pull back on this gap fill. But let's zoom out, look at the 1-day chart. If oil does continue to go up, then I do expect a bullish crossover for the 20 and the 200 EMA, which would potentially bring us up to this range at about $44. So also for you, looking at this long-term chart for oil, using the moving averages, what do you think is next? Let me know down below, Also, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Until next time, it's John from Currency.com. For more trading videos just like this, please subscribe to our channel.